Hi guys, and welcome to the Ace Tanker for the Somua S35, the Tier 3 French medium tank. We are here on Provence, and I'm top 10. I can't do this. Oh, Provence. Oh, damn you, Wargaming. Oh, it's my final Ace Tanker on Provence, but Wargaming, you removed this map. Why the hell did you remove this map? Seriously, how can you justify removing this map and leaving Mittengard in the game? Mittengard is the worst map in the game, full stop. It doesn't matter if you're high tier, low tier, mid tier, experienced, inexperienced, Mittengard is crap, but you remove this. This is the first great map in World of Tanks. It allows you to play tactically, unlike some of the other low-tier maps. It's beautiful. It is a beautiful map. It is incredibly well crafted. It is incredibly good to look at. It is a beautiful introduction to the game. I mean, if you're playing World of Tanks for the first time and you get onto Provence, you're thinking to yourself, wow, this game looks awesome. This game looks beautiful. But you removed it and you left that piece of crap in called Mittengard. And, it doesn't matter whether or not you thought this was a puppy-kicking map. It doesn't matter, Wargaming, because Mittengard is going to be a puppy-kicking map. Himmelsdorf is going to be a puppy-kicking map. And do you know why it's going to be a puppy-kicking map, or those maps are going to be puppy-kicking maps? It's because new players aren't new players. New players don't know how to play full stop. It doesn't matter whether they get onto Mittengard, it doesn't matter whether they get onto Himmelsdorf, it doesn't matter whether they get onto Provence. New players are going to be new players. They're going to charge down the middle of the map and they're going to die before knowing what the hell is going on. It's not the map's fault, guys. It's not. If you want new players to have some idea of how to play the game before getting onto a map like Himmelsdorf or Provence, then you've got to do a better job with the tutorial. Simply removing a beautiful map because and this is another issue I have. In your own words, Wargaming, you said you removed this game because of pedo bears. I have I take big exception to that particular statement. That is a disgusting statement, Wargaming. Pedo bears is not a polite term. It's not a good term, and I think that you've overstepped the mark. Really, really disgusting language. But anyway, let's just call it what it is. It's puppy kicking. You removed this map because you said there were too many puppy kickers. It's not true. That is complete and utter bull. Absolute BS, Wargaming. You have already introduced new matchmaking for low-tier players. If new players get into World of Tanks, they don't face experienced players. You did that, Wargaming. You fixed or went a long way to fixing low-tier games by the new matchmaking system. If someone's got less than 1,000 games played, they don't play against players with more than 1,000 games played. It doesn't matter what map you get it onto. It doesn't matter if it's Provence or Himmelsdorf or Mittengard. If you're a new player, you only fight against new players. There are no puppy kickers when you've got less than 1,000 games played. So using that as an excuse, as I say, is just complete BS. New players are going to be new players regardless of what map they get onto. New players are going to charge across the map because they're new players. They have no experience. They don't know how the game works. It doesn't matter what map it is. It doesn't matter whether or not it's Provence, Mittengard, or Himmelsdorf. Removing this because it doesn't suit new players is complete and utter crap, Wargaming. And you know it. You do. You know it. There's absolutely no reason for you to remove this game. New players are going to be new players regardless of what map they get onto. But at least this map gave new players an opportunity to understand about bush mechanics, to understand about passive play, to understand about view range, to understand about when to be aggressive, when to be passive. Maps like Himmelsdorf, maps like Mittengard don't do that. Provence was the only low-tier map that actually taught players how to play. And of course, because it was the only low-tier map that taught new players how to play, players that already knew how to play, of course, were going to take advantage of that. But you fix that with the matchmaking. So I just don't understand the removal of this map. I really don't. It's a beautiful map. It's a beautiful introduction to World of Tanks. And you're just losing it, Wargaming. I mean, you're making so many bad decisions these days. I don't know. I'm starting to think you guys don't even play the game you're designing and managing, and I'm starting to rage, guys. Listen, I play, my average tier is about tier 7. I don't play that many low tiers, but when I do play low tiers, Provence was one of my favorite maps because it meant I could get onto a map, get an ace tanker, sell the tank, and move on. But this was a great low tier map, regardless of the really bad decisions made by Wargaming, and this is just another one. In fact, if you look at the enemy team, you'll see an SU-76I on the enemy team. He's going to be causing me some problems in this game. Yeah, another really bad decision by Wargaming right there on the enemy team in the SU-76I. Wargaming, I'm really starting to think you're losing the plot here. And you know, if you were going to remove Provence, you should have at least replaced it with some decent maps. Mittengard is the worst map you have ever made, you have ever designed. It gives people completely the wrong impression of World of Tanks. It teaches people all the wrong things, to charge in, go YOLO, and just start shooting. And if you think Provence was a map for puppy kickers, then you're wrong, because Mittengard, I mean, you get into an overpowered tier 2 tank on Mittengard, yeah, that's 10 times worse for puppy kicking than Provence ever was. But anyway, this is my last ace tanker on Provence. I've had enough of a rage. I'm top tier. It's a tier 3 game. This is my first game in the tank, by the way, guys. So after going through hell with the OR-35, I got the FCM 36 Ace in about 10 games, and we're going in the right direction because this is my first game in the tank. Now, I felt really comfortable getting into the Somua S35 because it's just the PZ S35, the Panzer S35, the premium tank for the Germans. And I'm going up to my bush of wind. The bush of wind is gone. Oh, last time I'm going to be using this position, but I've sat here, I've let my binocs kick in, we spotted a T26. Yeah, we're going to work here. So spotted a D1, spotted a T26, missed my kill shot. Oh, he got into cover. Oh, D1 in the distance, so we can pen this guy. So I really would love to tell you about this tank, but I can't, as I say, because it's my first game in the tank. But as I say, if it's basically the Panzer S35. I didn't spend enough time in the tank to actually learn whether or not there were any major differences, but it's got a, where are we? Can't bring up the gun stats here. 66 millimeters of penetration, 55 damage, pretty decent. The view range looks to be quite good, especially with binocs. Yeah, I really don't know what the differences between this and the Panzer S35 are, but I was very comfortable. Just got into this tank and started playing it. 75% crew, but just going to work here. Now there's a tank who's getting shot or got killed behind me, but we're just using the bush of wind, the ace tanker bush. Nothing. I don't know what this guy can't get an outline, even though I can see this guy. Ah, the rock was in the way. That's it. Yeah, so couldn't get a reticule or a shot on that guy. The rock was just slightly badly modeled. But yeah, as I say, on the enemy team there's an SU-76I, and if you want bad decisions by Wargaming, they put a completely overpowered tank in the game, left it on the Russian server for a week to be sold, put it on the EU server to be sold even though it was incredibly overpowered, and then removed it 3 hours later from the gift shop. So I'm still pissed off I never actually got to buy that tank. I was up making videos the day that tank was released, so it was 6 AM in the morning. The servers had just shut down, and they're usually shut down for about half an hour. So I'd been up all night making videos, and I thought, you know, SU-76I is going on sale in half an hour. Am I going to bother staying awake and waiting for it, you know, or, you know what, I'm just going to go to bed. You know, it's on sale in half an hour, but I'm going to go to bed. I'll buy it when I wake up. And by the time I woke up, the tank had been in the gift shop and removed because it was overpowered. Just another stupid decision by Wargaming. Not removing the tank, but the whole fact that they could make a tank available for a few hours and then to suddenly decide, oh, maybe it's overpowered, maybe we should remove it. I mean, it's as if there was no playtesting going on. It's as if it wasn't on the Russian server for a week before removing it. But Anyway, we're just using the bush of wind here. We're getting shots or we're getting spots, but we're not actually doing that much damage. Oh dear. Okay, here we go. And as you can see, I've got an orange reticule on the front of the Su-76I. Stupid, stupid armor on the front of the Su-76I. Stupidly overpowered gun. It's relatively fast and maneuverable for a tank destroyer. It's just really, really overpowered tank. And as I say, I'm really peed off. I never got my hands on it. But anyway, we're going for a couple of blind shots, just working this bush here. Yeah, so I put up the Au revoir Provence video a few days ago. It's had a nice reception, thank you guys. A lot of you guys seem to be in the same mindset as myself. That the map maybe shouldn't have been removed. That even if Wargaming did remove Provence, there was absolutely no reason to keep Middengard in the game. That map is just ridiculously stupid. Terrible, terrible introduction to World of Tanks. Provence, much better introduction to World of Tanks than Middengard is. And Himmelsdorf is okay. And then, yeah, they removed, what was it, Malinovka? They removed Malinovka from Tier 1, Tier 2 matchmaking as well. So basically, if you're playing Tier 1s or Tier 2s now, you've got a choice between Middengard and Himmelsdorf. And that's it. And neither of those maps are any good for teaching people how to play World of Tanks. So yeah, so what you're doing, Wargaming, is you're going to breed a new type of player who likes to YOLO across the map without actually learning any mechanics. This is where things start to get really, really awkward for me. You can see, look at that, 118 damage. 118 damage from the Su-76I. Really, really stupid, overpowered tank that Wargaming put on sale. And I've just lost all my health. So Chiha came up, started passive spotting me. Just lost all my health in 2 shots from a Chiha. Had to move back, and that's the last time I get to use my Ace Tanker bush. Oh, the tanks around me are still getting shot, but look at this! I mean, there's only one inexperienced player on the enemy team, none on our team. And the only reason he's inexperienced and has got less than 1,000 games played is because he platooned. He decided to platoon with other players, so I mean, you've got a lot of experienced players on both sides. That's the new matchmaking. That's the only thing Wargaming needed to do to make low tiers friendlier for new players, and it was working. Definitely made things a lot tougher for me picking up low tier Ace Tankers, so therefore it must have made it much easier for new players. But yeah, for some unknown bloody reason, just removing the matchmaking wasn't enough. Removing a decent map. You know, there's some maps I don't cry. There's some maps I don't cry when they're removed. But there's nothing wrong with Provence. It is like any other map. When a new player gets onto the map, they're going to find it difficult because they don't know the mechanics. An experienced player who understands the game is going to get the most out of the map. It's going to happen on any map. It's not just Provence. But at least this map allows new players. There's opportunity here for new players to learn game mechanics. And that's my issue. I mean, yeah, it's fair enough if Wargaming removed this map and then replaced it with something better, or left maps down at low tiers that allowed players to learn game mechanics, but they haven't. They haven't. They're turning World of Tanks into a Twitch shooter. And that's not the reason I play World of Tanks. World of Tanks, it may be an FPS, but it's much more like a board game. It's much more like chess. It's moves and counter moves, understanding the strengths and weaknesses, understanding the maps, understanding the tanks, understanding how the enemy team are going to be working together. It's not just running around firing your gun in all directions and relying on your reflexes. It's not a Twitch shooter. But Wargaming are turning it that way, and I think they're completely losing the sight of the fact that Wargaming's main player base are mature players. The last time a poll was run a few years ago, the average age of a player in World of Tanks was nearly 30. Most of the players who spend money on this game are older players. They are professionals. They've got their own incomes. They've got their own credit cards. Younger players don't spend money on this game because they don't have credit cards. They don't have jobs. Well, some might, but I'm just talking in general here. So, Wargaming, your cash cow are the older players. And Twitch shooters are for younger players, so I don't know why you're trying to turn this into a Twitch shooter. I really, really don't. You're kind of losing sight of who your bloody player base are, Wargaming. I'm gonna miss this map. As I say, it just made low-tier Ace Tankers so easy, but we're approaching the end of the game now. You can see Tetrarch SU-76I. Of course, the SU-76I is still alive. So, Tetrarch has picked up 1 kill. SU-76I is on 8 kills. I'm only on 2 kills here, and I'm a one-hit kill. This SU-76I, just ridiculously overpowered. So, it's 2 versus 2 here, but the enemy team have 2 very good tanks. And we've got a PZ-1C and me, who's a one-hit kill. So really, really, really difficult game here. SU-76I is in K7, hull down, and the Panzer 1C is completely... Or not RP, or the Tetrarch on the enemy team hasn't been spotted yet. Tetrarch is basically camping bushes, hasn't been spotted yet. So this is a big, big standoff here. There are 5 minutes left of this game. But I'm a one-hit kill. I really, really need the PZ-1C to actually come up, or the Panzer 1C to come up and help me. I can't deal with a stealth Tetrarch. I can't deal with a hull-down SU-76I. I've switched to premium because that's the only chance I have of penning the front of the SU-76I. So the premium ammo gives me 98mm of penetration. Now, even if I get a low RNG roll with the penetration, I'm not going to be able to pen, or even maybe just slightly below average roll with the RNG penetration. I'm not going to be able to pen the front of an SU-76I. It's just a stupidly overpowered tank. But anyway, I'm completely stuck here. I can't do anything. If I move out, I'm going to get spotted. I'm going to get killed. And the Tetrarch, yes, sitting here. Tetrarch loses patience. He's moving down to the SU-76I. Take 1 shot. Now, as you can see, I don't have 6th sense. Probably got spotted. Don't have 6th sense, so 75% crew as per usual. Although I do think I've got a 100% commander. I think I took the plunge and spent gold on training the commander to 100%. But anyway, PZ-1C has finally moved up. He's engaging the Tetrarch. And I just want to try... I've just got to try and see where the SU-76I is. But, yeah, as I say, new players are going to be new players. New players are just going to camp bushes. They're going to suicide charge across open maps. You can't blame the map. You can't blame the map for the actions of new players. All you can do, Wargaming, is make sure you teach new players the basics, and that's something you're crap at. I mean, the in-game tutorial for new players is absolute crap. If you want to make things easy for new players, you put a decent, spend the time, spend a whole patch working on a brand new tutorial, teaching people the basics of camo rating and spotting mechanics. It's not that difficult to do. Instead of devoting your resources to new tanks or new maps, or focusing on what you can do with the existing assets in-game to make things easier for new players, it's simple. Just make things easier for new players. Make a brand new tutorial. That's what the tutorials are for. But anyway, yeah. Provence, it's gone. It's the last Ace Tanker. PZ-1C does an amazing job at taking out the Tetrarch. That takes all the pressure off me. So I'm just moving down, got the premium ammo loaded, edging forward. The thing is, if I die, that PZ-1C is not going to be able to penetrate the SU-76I. So it's down to me. I've got to kill the SU-76I. I have no idea what sort of health he's on, but I'm just edging forward. And I'm wondering, why can't I spot this guy? He's a good player. Where is he? So just inching forward. ready to die at any moment. Oh, and I finally spotted him, and I've got his side. Okay, we're able to get a shot in and finish him off, but he was aiming up the hill for the Panzer 1C. We managed to finish him off with a premium shell and 3 kills. 879 damage on the final ace tanker on Provence. So there you go, guys. Final salute to Provence. I'll miss you, buddy, and I'm gonna miss my ace tanker rock. We've got the ace in the first game in the Somua S35. Actually, when it was the Panzer S35, I thought the S stood for Somua. But apparently this is the Somua S35. So unless this is the Somua S35, I don't know what the S stands for. If any of you guys know out there, let me know. But I thought the S in Panzer S35 stood for Somua, but I could be wrong. So yeah, we picked up an ace, we picked up a Confederate, we picked up a scout, we picked up patrol duty. I miss my ace tanker bush already. We came top on XP with 994 damage done with the 3 kills. So look at this, 8 kills, 1492 damage done in the Su-76I. Wargaming, that was a stupid mistake. Removing Provence is another one, in my opinion, but stupidly OP tank. We finished up with firing 41, hit 23, pen 19. So first game in the tank, my gunner wasn't 100%, and I took some blind shots, took a lot of snapshots. So I think maybe the Panzer S35 is slightly better gun-wise, but that may be just down to the fact that I've got a very good crew in it. And as I say, this is my first game in the tank, and I sold it after this, so I have no idea whether or not with a good crew it would perform similarly to the Panzer S35, but I felt very, very comfortable in that tank playing it, even though it was a brand new tank. So we did almost 1,000 damage. We spotted 9, damaged 9, destroyed 3, did 500 assistance damage, and fired 1 premium round to kill the Su-76I at the end. But we still came out with a 21,000 credits of profit. 1476 XP on the first game ever in the tank left me just short of 3,000 XP. Yeah, so another low tier ace tanker. I'm going to put some higher tier stuff up on the channel in the next couple of videos. I've been doing a lot of low tier stuff recently. But yeah, final game on Provence. Most of you guys in the comments to au revoir Provence. Yeah, you seem to have the same feeling as I do regarding its removal, but I'm sad. I'm sad to see it go. Trying to play crap tanks and get ace tankers on Mittengard is going to make my life hell, and I really, really, really don't know what the hell Wargaming were thinking. But anyway, bye-bye Provence, bye-bye Somua S35. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time.